Hi guys, my name is Parag Pal and welcome back in the new lecture of the steel structure. Guys, in this lecture, I am going to explain you what are the design methods we are going to use in the steel structure numericals and how it is categorized and what are the very important factor you need to refer while designing the steel structure. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get started. But before this, if you watch my video from lecture 1 to lecture 4, then I suggest you, okay, this lecture is going to be very interesting. But if you not watch that one, please go back, watch them and then jump into this lecture. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Parag Pal. Okay, now, so the design methods of the steel structure are categorized in the three main points. Okay, so the first point is elastic, that we all know, or as a working stress method. Okay, we also called as a W working stress method. Okay, the another one called as a plastic, okay, or ultimate load method. Okay, and the last one, and which is very uh, preferable method, is limit state method. Okay, which we call as a LSM, and that's we are going to use in most of the cases, right? So let me start one by one. Okay, let me start with the elastics, like, or the working stress method. I'll just mark as a WSM. Okay, working stress method. Okay, so the working stress method, it is an elastic, it is totally based upon the elastics theory. Okay, remember, so these are some point, it is based upon the elastic theory. Okay, because it's assumed that whatever in the steel bar with respect to stress and strain are having linear relationship. Okay, and this is the elastic theory. Okay, now this method, safety is ensured by ensured working stress to be less than whatever the permissible stresses we have. Okay, so whatever the in this method, safety always ensured working stresses, whatever the working stresses, to be less than the permissible stresses. Okay, now how it is justified, let me just justify this. So working stress, okay, you can see here, working stress are always less than permissible stresses. This is what I wanted to explain. Okay, permissible stresses, right? So how this calculate? So the permissible stresses, okay, are calculated as a whatever the yield stress you have. Okay, I mean, you can consider Fy divided by your factor of safety, and this will definitely use during the numerical. So in working stress method, the factor of safety is purely based upon the judgment. Okay, this is total based upon the judgment. Okay, now this factor of safety is again calculated by factor of safety is equals to whatever strength, okay, of a member divided by expected force. Okay, so divided by whatever the expected force we have, based on that we calculate factor of safety. Now factor of safety definition is very important, so let's define factor of safety. So factor of safety is a ratio of yield stress let me just remove it. It is a ratio of, okay, ratio of yield stress, okay, to maximum expected, okay, maximum expected stresses, okay. This is what the definition. So that's why factor of safety equals to yield stress upon the working stress, okay. And for this IS code which is applicable is 800 1984, okay. And the permissible stress in the steel structure member are defined in this IS code, right? So I'm not going to provide here because this is very long lecture video and we are going to use it very we are going to use it very short, right? But definitely whenever there is a requirement, I'll definitely drop that one, okay. Now there are lots of limitations for the working stress method. This method does not utilize in the reverse strength derived from the whatever the ductility we have, whatever the redistribution of the stresses we have. Why? Because there are some factor which we do not get proper margin of safety. Now how to calculate margin of safety? So the margin of safety we can calculate it by, okay, margin of safety. Because why we are not get proper margin of safety? Because here working stress is always less than permissible stresses. This is what the requirement. So in this situation, margin of safety is calculated by whatever your failure load you have at the portion your structure will get fail on that load, divided by whatever the design load you have used, okay, and you need to minus 1, okay. So failure load upon design load is also called as a factor of safety from -1, okay. So this is one consideration you need to always remember, okay. So that's why we very often use working stress method. Now if I talk about the another method which is the plastic or ultimate, okay, the another one is the ultimate load method, okay. So ultimate load method is designed as in the case plastic analysis in which working load multiplied by the load factor to get the proper design load, okay. So this is very different method, okay. It is ensured to be less than collapse load or ultimate load, okay, because here we are no factor of safety is taken for the material which is utilized in the ultimate load method. So no factor of safety considered, right? This method does not consider serviceability condition like whatever the deflection, vibration, okay, this is not considered here. Now very important thing is, like, as factor of safety is not considered here in a material, it gives smaller section compared to working stress method. So as we are not considering working factor of safety, it gives, okay, it gives smaller section, okay, smaller section compared to working stress method. So that's why we are not gonna discuss this in more detail because this is not gonna be that much important for us, okay. Now there is one more important thing which we have to discuss, that is limit state method, and this is what very important, okay, limit state method. Now before this, if you have any question before moving to this topic, if you have any question, I'm happy to answer your questions, guys, okay. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay. And if you have any doubt, okay, please reach out to me. I'm very much happy to give you the answer of your questions, okay, right. So why we use limit state of method, okay? Is it really important one, or it is like only we have to use because of the requirement? No, limit state method is a method, okay, which state beyond which a structure become unfit for use. Okay, you get my point. So limit state, I want to write one thing here. Limit state, okay, it's a one kind of limits. Okay, what limit stating, this limit states are the state, see, the state beyond, okay, beyond which the structure become unfit for use. So you cannot use the structure beyond the limit. Okay, this is very important thing which I have explained you today. Okay, now in this lecture I am gonna just distinguish the limit state, and in next lecture I am gonna provide you a detailed understanding of the limit state. Now the limit state is having two categorization. Okay, that's what you need to understand. Okay, so limit state is having some categorization, such as, okay, if I just say you one thing, limit state of strength and limit state of serviceability. Okay, this is what we have, right? So here we have two classification. I'll just mention as a LSM, and here we have, and here we have. So limit state of strength, right, also we called as a ultimate limit state. Okay, and the another one is limit state of serviceability. Okay, limit state of serviceability. Okay, seeability, right? These two things we have. Now what is the difference of these two? So here we have a difference. In limit state of strength, it is associated with failure under the action of factored load which may endanger the factor of life and the property. Okay, when the ultimate limit state is reached, whole structure or any part of it collapse, making the structure unfit for the use. That's reason we use limit state of strength. So after, like, when the ultimate limit state is reached for that particular section, we mention that this structure may no more utilizable for the design. Okay, but in the serviceability, it referred to the limit of acceptance of the service performance of the structure. Okay, so here we are defining the limit in the ultimate limit state, and here we are defining based upon the performance how much acceptance of their structure performance is defined here. When the limit state serviceability is reached, service requirement are no longer satisfied. Okay, so this is what the basic difference of the limit state. In the next lecture, I am again going to explain you the limit state, what is the strength and what is the serviceability includes, and then I'm going to explain you factored load, the factor strength, design of partial safety factors, and then we'll start jumping to the numericals. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a nice day.